Nobody's asked me why I haven't got any hair. Have you noticed this?
Oh, Mickey, you look like a dirty old man.
I am.
There's Tracey and there's Mickey. So hopefully,
He's hiding behind me.
Hopefully, where's Mickey? I can't find Mickey.
He's behind me.
He's behind you, is he? Ah,
yeah.
The dirty little devil.
Woo!
I went out last night with another streamer, with a fellow streamer, and I had half a shandy with him.
Yeah. Must have been the lemonade in it that made you ill.
Yeah. The fact that I was blowing chunks at 1:30 this morning, and I've got the mother of all hangovers today, and I feel absolutely shattered. But I've got no idea. I can't believe that I had half a pint of shandy, and it's done that to me.
I know.
He had to.
Do you remember? I was going to say, do you remember actually sort of going home and getting home?
Vaguely, yeah, vaguely. My wheelchair's got a homing device on it. So vaguely remember getting home, and I vaguely remember hitting the bed. Oh, I was so tired when I got home, I just couldn't keep my eyes open. I actually think, in the end, right, I had 8 pints of 5% ABV lager. Oh, it doesn't hit you at first, does it, Mickey?
It takes a little while to catch up with you.
It did.
But I mean, you were sat outside anyway, so you should get reaction quicker. I normally find I'm okay while I'm indoors, but as soon as I walk out and the fresh air hits me, then wow, I'm gone.
No, I was out in the fresh air, and it took me about.
That's what I said. Yeah.
It took me about 25 minutes to get home, and as I got home, that's when it hit me. I just So I fell fast asleep on the bed at 11 o'clock last night, and then I woke up at about 1 o'clock with this horrible feeling in the pit of your stomach. You think, oh, I think I want to be sick, and then you think, well, okay, no, I'm going to man up, and I'm going to sleep through it. And I went back to sleep, and I woke up 5 minutes later and thought, no, this is not working. I'm really going to be sick, and you don't want to be sick. And you try and put it off, don't you? And yeah. In the end,
think of anything except wanting to be sick. Thinking of anything. Oh no, it's not working.
No. In the end, it won, and I ended up being sick. And beef curry and alcohol doesn't taste so nice on the way up. Anyway, like I said, after last night, I'm not going to drink anymore.
Mark was saying that on his stream.
Yeah. You won't drink any less either.
I won't drink any less either, exactly. But yeah.
Yeah.
So apart from the being ill and everything, how did the actual meet go? Because I know that you had problems trying to stream, which was so disappointing. I was so looking forward to it.
I was so looking forward to it as well, but the cell phone signal there last night was just absolute shit. I couldn't get any.
You got about 3 minutes of footage.
Yeah, I deleted it because I wasn't happy with it. I got about 3 minutes of streaming and just lost the cell phone signal. So.
And Mark couldn't get on at all.
No, he couldn't get on at all. And after that, I couldn't get on either. It was just absolute shit. So, what we decided to do was give up and have another drink.
Yeah,
that was the mistake.
Best thing. Oh God,
that was the mistake. I think giving up and having another drink. Yeah. So, come on, Mickey. What have you done with yourself tonight?
I've done absolutely nothing today. Absolutely nothing. Had a good. Funny enough, the wife said to me yesterday, "Oh, we go down the beach. They've got something on." So anyway, I gets in the car, drives down. It's only about a mile and a half. When we gets there, it's a beer festival. So I got the freaking car. There's people getting pissed, and I can't have a drink.
Twat.
Oh.
She's laughing behind me.
She's laughing well done.
Did you miss it? Have a drink?
Well, she had half a lager shandy, but yeah, mind you, so did I, to be fair. But I couldn't have any proper alcohol. But actually bumped into some people I hadn't seen for 2 or 3 years, so we sat there, had a yarn for a couple of hours. Just walked up the front, had me chips and me gravy like I do on a Sunday when I go up there, and that's my Sunday lunch. That is chips and gravy.
How far do you live from the beach then?
Sorry?
How far do you live?
How far do I live? What's about a mile?
So you couldn't walk.
You wouldn't have walked anyway, would you?
Well, I could walk, but like she just said, I wouldn't walk.
All right, okay.
could walk, but I won't.
Oh, you didn't want the beer that much then?
Well, I didn't know it was on, Steve. Otherwise, I might have made an effort. Stopped at the pub halfway there, had a pint, and then carried on. You know what I mean?
I'm just going to jab myself again.
Oh, he's going to stick his EpiPen up his bloody jacksy again.
It's not an EpiPen, and I don't stick it up my jacksy. Done. It's an anti-coag. It's a blood thinner, and I jabbed myself in my belly. Oh, right, that's that done for the day. That hurt as well. Oh, okay, so that was it. So you went to a beer festival and you didn't drink?
Yeah, which is a bit of a piss off, really.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it's bank holiday to Monday. What's Donna doing? Working.
Yeah.
So I've been at home all day. So, yeah, I haven't done a lot today at all, to be fair.
I can't believe I've got friends that don't drink, that go to beer festivals and can't drink.
Well, it's not a matter of can't. If I'd known, I wouldn't have taken the car. But if I take the car, I won't have.
Well, couldn't you go take the car back and walk back?
Well, no, because it's on a public car. As it happens, I'm waiting for a parking ticket because I parked on the car park. And when we got back, I realised I was an hour over my parking ticket. So.
No.
Oh well, shit happens.
That's a comedy of errors, Mickey.
So not only did I not have a drink, I'll probably end up with a parking ticket as well. So that's a good day.
That was worth it.
I can't take the Mickey out of you, Mickey, because I've seriously got too much of a hangover tonight.
And Steve, you'd have loved it because they're all local ales.
Yeah.
And lagers. It's all local stuff from microbrews.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I stood there looking around, dribbling. I was literally dribbling. People are drinking this stuff. A bit like that stuff you have.
Wait, you're 66, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, looking around dribbling's normal, isn't it?
Well, it is at my age, yeah.
Where were you dribbling
Normally
from?
both ends. Sorry?
Where were you dribbling from?
Where was I dribbling from?
Yeah.
Probably both ends, mate. Probably both ends.
Dribbling both ends, yeah.
At my age.
Right, okay. I just wanted to check. But yeah, so you couldn't, yeah, all right, okay. I should probably spend the evening taking the piss out of you for that, but do you know what? I've just got such a hangover, Mickey, I can't. No, you're lucky, you've escaped that tonight. Oh.
I just, I couldn't believe it. If she told me, but she said, oh, I didn't know. Well, you must have known. You knew something was going on, but yeah, okay.
I bet she knew, just wanted to drive down there, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
It's no good telling me. It's no good telling me, because how could I have got up there driven?
Exactly.
What was that?
Exactly. What was what?
Did you just open a bottle of champagne?
No. That.
Oh, right.
He's knocking his knob on the mic.
Right, okay. So go on, Tracey. What have you been?
Ain't that big, Trace?
What have you been up to this lovely bank holiday weekend?
It was my watch. I moved my arm and my watch hit the
okay.
microphone thing.
What did I do? Well, yesterday was one of my grandson's birthday, so I went down, took some presents, and also collected the cat because I'm cat sitting now because they're away for a few days. So if there's an unexpected pussy on stream,
your sister's come round. Oh, sorry. How rude.
That's all right. And then last night I was expecting it to be the pub stream, so I joined you all with like a nice glass of wine, and then the pub stream didn't happen, so I had a couple of glasses of wine, and then I found that Mark was doing a wandering around London pissed stream and getting locked out. He got locked. So anyone who is watching and everything, and I think you know as well, Mickey, what happened was Mark, the guy who went to meet Steve, managed to get locked out of his house. He lost his key and everything, and he was knocking for ages, and I was watching it live on Twitch. He was knocking for ages, and nobody was answering the door, so he decided that he was going to settle down on the doorstep and sleep there for the night, and he was there for ages, like half pissed, drinking some beer and stuff like this, and then suddenly the front door opens, and there'd been people indoors all along who just weren't answering the door. So he went in his house, and I just sort of was watching and sort of drinking along, socialising. Mickey popped in. We were just sort of chatting and things. And
yeah, but when I spoke to him, I'm sure he was out on the street. No, that was the night before. That was the night before. Sorry, get mixed up.
There was one where he last night he got into his kitchen and stuff, and there was a couple of trolls came in and said racist shit to him and insulted his family and things, but dealt with quickly. Anyway, so all of a sudden it's like the middle of the bloody night, and like he's gone off to bed, and I've drunk 2 bottles of wine.
Oops.
Oops. It ended up being 2 bottles of wine, and I blame the micro pub for, the pub that you went to, for not having any reception or mobile reception, because I would have just had a couple of glasses of wine, enjoyed the pub stream, and then gone to bed.
Okay.
So today I've had a hangover along with you. I had to sleep most of the day because I only got about 4 hours sleep, and I just felt pissed and hungover most of the day. So yeah, I like the publicity shot that you did.
Yeah, that's a publicity shot. Yeah, that's a publicity
shot. But both of you reckon you're giving up drinking, and Mark on the stream last night was saying, "That's it, no more alcohol for me." So
I'm not giving up drinking. I'm not going to get. Don't be stupid. Why would I give up drinking?
And the people watching were going, yeah, and he's going, no, I'll be fine. No, I'm going to do this for about 3 months, and yeah, he's going to break that next Sunday if he goes out with you again. So
yeah, I know he is. I know. I know he is.
I saw the phony phone box in the background anyway.
Oh, yeah,
so the little bit the phony.
Yeah, the phony phone box. Oh, so, that always makes me laugh. That does. The phone box. Yeah, it does make me laugh.
That was so funny. That stream was so funny. The original stream.
But Steve wheeled himself up there and back, and the guy still wouldn't believe that it was real.
I know.
And they were all going, oh yeah, about the barman, oh, that's fake, and that you could put people in the background, and that. So Steve's actually going to him. Excuse me, yeah, my mate on here says that you're fake. Say hello. So he's like, yeah, see, look, fake barman said hello.
Thursday night's going to be my checky night. The other nights I haven't decided if they're going to be themed or not. I know Mickey wants to do a cross-dressing night, but I'm not sure what night.
Oh, I'd love to do.
It's called the drag artist night.
Oh, I'd love to do a cross-dressing night.
Drag artist.
Drag artist night. I'd love to do one of those, because that means I get to dress up as a bloke.
Okay, you can do a cross-dressing night, Tracey. When do you want to do a cross-dressing night?
Me and Mickey.
Hey?
me, Mickey, and you. I'm not doing it by myself.
All right, okay. All right. Well, it's sorted. Just pick a night and we'll all dress up as blokes.
Cross-dressing, you have to dress as the other sex. Are you coming out?
Changed to a bloke's clothes? Come on.
Are you coming out as femme now, Steve?
Am I coming out as what?
Femme, female, or like a female cross-dresser.
Do I look like a female cross-dresser?
No, you're coming out as a closet transvestite.
That's why he shaved his head so the wig fits better.
That's it. A stick.
Isn't it?
They don't actually, Mickey.
You can put them little caps on first and then stick your wig on.
That's it.
No, you only put those little caps on if you've got hair. But the wig's actually grip. The wig's actually grip to your hair.
Oh well.
Right. Okay.
I'm sure a bit of bloody Evo stick or Boss stick will do the job.
You have to put them on. You have to glue them on when you pull them in.
Velcro.
Yeah, no.
A bit of Velcro stuck to your head. You'll be all right.
No, I'm not coming out as a cross-dresser. If I did, it would be on Twitch.
Yeah.
Right. Well, actually, no, I am. Look, I'm wearing a lady's t-shirt, right? Prove I'm not.
How can we tell?
Exactly. You can't.
I'm wearing a man's bra.
Okay. Well, yeah. Of course you are, Mickey's.
Mine's not quite that big.
Oh, okay.
Mine's a bit smaller. Yeah.
So do you fancy the cross-dressing night then, Mickey?
No.
Oh, okay. Is there a reason for this?
Yes, I like to keep it private.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what, right? I'll tell you what, okay. If I got 1,000 subscriptions on Twitch, I'd cross-dress.
Oh, that's fantastic. There you go. What were you going to say, Mickey?
I was going to say that I have Saturday nights off, and that's my cross-dressing night. So no, huh?
So you were chatting. You were chatting in our stream last night, and Saturday night, and you were wearing women's clothing. Were you?
Was I?
Well, you just said Saturday.
Did I have my camera on?
No, you just said.
No, Saturday. You said you were having a break. So I mean, it must have just been a break from the heels or something.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just kick off the heels. Yeah. That's right.
I can't find heels in my size at a reasonable price. Like, when you got size 8 feet, right, your heels are very limited. 6 or 7, fine.
I used to know a lady who was a size 9, I think, and she had no problem a lady. You know, she wasn't very much taller than me, but she had some feet on her.
Yeah. The trouble is, Tracey, that you will get them, but you get charged a premium for it.
I would try Amazon because they do.
I do look at Amazon. I do look at ladies' clothing on Amazon quite often.
See, it's coming out.
No. If you've ever had on a Freeman's catalogue, Mickey will understand.
Oh, Christ, when he was young.
Yeah.
Yes, that was my first pornography as well.
Was it? Okay.
Of course, some of them girdles really gave me a twitch, I can tell you.
Oh, yeah. They also need to be slightly wider fitted because a male 8 is shorter than a female 8. However, not having any hair on my legs gives me an advantage, doesn't it?
There you go.
Well, it does, yeah, when you get them tights on, yeah.
No, stockings, mate.
Yeah.
Stockings. Oh, I couldn't wear tights. That'd be like boiling the bag bollocks.
Oh, we have a question on Reddit. Right. Hello, YS.
UK doesn't seem like a big place. How would you suggest solving overpopulation? We haven't got an overpopulation problem, right? I'll tell you what, UK don't seem like a big place, but you fly over it in an aeroplane, right? And you spot how much green we've got to how much city we've got. There is no overpopulation here. We've got masses of space here, haven't we, Tracey?
Yeah.
I think the problem is that all the population is congregated.
That's it.
In certain areas, which makes it appear that we're overpopulated.
Yeah, like London and big cities, everybody's living on top of each other.
Yeah. I mean, how many you got in London? 10 million?
12 million.
Oh, it's like sardines.
12 million.
It's like sardines.
There's only, what, 65 million in the country?
Yeah. It's like sardines. We're literally stuffed into a relatively small space. And once you get outside of London, it just becomes, you can breathe. Like this space to move. So yeah, but the question that they're asking is, how would you suggest solving overpopulation? So if we take that as a standalone question, how would you suggest?
Condoms.
Yeah.
Well, you could always go by the Chinese line, although they're easing up on that now, aren't they?
Yeah, because they haven't got enough people.
No. There's only about 100 million of them, but they want a few more.
Well, the thing is, they haven't got enough young people to subsidise the older population. You know, like for pensions and work and stuff.
Exactly.
Like that.
Yeah, pretty much like here, actually.
Yeah.
Here is very similar.
Yeah.
In that respect, but how else would you solve it?
Oh, all Audi and BMW drivers. Well, they don't contribute anything.
I'm glad you didn't include Mercedes in that.
Because I saw a Mercedes using his indicator today, so he's all right.
I always use my indicators.
Yeah. So cull them, and that would solve it. But yeah, we're not overpopulated here, so I don't know.
No, it's a misapprehension that we are. But like I say, it's because they're concentrated in like you got London, you got Birmingham, Manchester is a massive. It's called Greater Manchester now, isn't it? But then you get up in Scotland, which is still part of the UK, and there's about 6 million people live in Scotland. It's not a lot, is it?
Still part of the island. Still part of the island of Great Britain. So
I mean, I'm not saying there's more people live in London than the whole of Scotland.
But you're right about one thing: the UK really isn't a big place. It's a very small island. I think America is 9 times larger for area. America is 9 times larger than the UK, but then America's got a population of just under 300 million. And you think that they were crowded as well. If you looked at Los Angeles, if you looked at New York, if you looked at Chicago. But I'll tell you what, when you get out, say, in the Midwest, it's just like England. There are so much room there. I mean, Montana, for instance, it's or Wyoming. There's states where there's hardly anybody, and it's just space for miles and miles and miles. So it's not.
Yeah.
Overpopulation is relative to. I think it's relative to the area, like Tracey says. In London, we've got a very small area where people are living right on top of each other, haven't we, Tracey?
Yep. It really it can feel like sardines here, and more tall blocks are going up for more people to live on top of each other, and they under the affordable housing thing where it's £500,000 for a room and a cupboard with a shower in it. So they're packing them in like sort of 500 apartments, these rooms in one block, and it means more and more people are able to live and work in London, but it also means that you've got the pollution, cars, traffic. It's just it's mad. And it's not very good for mental health. A lot of people just can't. We're not supposed to live like this, and it causes anxiety and stress.
I think the only downside to building in more rural areas is then you're taking away farmland, which we could use to actually feed the country.
I've just noticed. I am Buttman has noticed how good and how cool and handsome I am. Thank you.
If you build too much on rural land, then where are you going to grow your food for people? Where are you going to graze your animals? Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, like you. I mean, you lots live in the cities there. You think that you don't need farmers because you can get your beef from bloody Tesco's. Eh?
Yeah.
But, I mean, seriously, that is what somebody has said. I've read it on. Well, it must be true. I read it on Facebook. I mean, we know how people are experts on Facebook.
Sorry, I'm still preeming because Buttman thinks I'm cool and handsome.
We're all cool and handsome, apparently. What a cool and handsome group you've got there.
No,
so...
he didn't say that. He said me.
I think he's looking at the wrong screen.
I think he meant me, not you two. He meant me. He meant me.
See, and calling me handsome. See, I told you I need to be a male cross-dresser. No, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
A male drag.
Do you know what you're talking about, Tracey? Do you actually know what you're talking about? Or are your lips moving and word salad is just coming out?
Oh, God.
Sorry, Buttman, who did you mean I'm cool and handsome? Or did you mean these two reprobates are cool and handsome? You have to clarify that.
All of us. We are a group.
Okay.
But Prize Woodpecker says people have to be able to grow for themselves to a certain extent. Yes, but when you live in a bloody flat, 10 stories up, how are you supposed to grows cattle in your window box or something?
And also,
keep your chickens in the bathroom.
Yeah, and also, you're very, very lucky in London or any city if you live in a block of flats that's actually got any green outside space. Because usually what happens is the developers go, oh, we'll plant a couple of trees, and then we've got all this lovely paving that we're going to put on, and that doesn't help. A couple of trees and then nothing. So if you've actually got an apartment block that's got green space that you can do any type of growing in, whether it's flowers or food, then you're extremely lucky. So, but I agree, Prize Woodpecker. It would be great if we could just go, okay. Well, if the developers, when they're
I'll tell you what we could do, Tracey. We could take over some of the royal parks and turn them into allotments.
Yeah, well, a lot of parks and a lot of parks used to be allotments, and then they got taken to be parks.
Yeah.
So, and it was like market gardens, market gardens, something like that.
Yeah.
They were like small holdings. So yeah, I do agree that people should be able to grow their own to a certain extent, even if it is just plants. Obviously, it can't always do chickens, and certainly can't do cows and pigs and things. But
well, you'd have carrots in your window box, Tracey, you'll be all right.
I'm not allowed a window box. If I had a window box, it would fall, and it fell, I'd kill someone.
Oh, you don't have a balcony then?
No, unfortunately not. No.
I thought all your high rises had balconies.
No, that's.
Well, I couldn't be living like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
I do, but I'm one of the lucky ones. I've got a bit of garden downstairs, so but
you're not shaved this week.
You what?
You're not shaved this week. You've got a big garden downstairs.
I didn't realise how that came out. Prize Woodpecker says that's the problem. Not saying many people can do it, but do not have the room or just legally can't. There are a lot of communities where you're not allowed to. I do know that a lot of places in America, because they're not so strict here in Britain, but in America, you know where you see on TV, for us in UK, you see on TV where they've got the perfectly manicured lawns and the picket fences, and a lot of communities have to keep it like that. They are not legally allowed to grow food in their garden.
They have, I forget what they call them now, but
Merkins,
like,
Mickey. That's
okay.
Merkins. That's the word you're struggling to find, Mickey.
No, she hasn't got a merkin. She's got a bit of garden down below.
Right, okay.
So,
I mean, it's good. I suppose it's good having a lady garden down there.
oh dear.
It is.
There you go.
That's all I'm saying on the subject.
I've been a bit worried though if it's a bit.
See, look,
You
look
actually
like
said
woodpecker,
you've got a bit of green down there.
I didn't. I said I'm one of the lucky ones. I've got a bit of garden down there.
Oh, okay.
No, downstairs. I said
That's it. Homeowners associations. That's what I was trying to think of, Price. Homeowners associations. They think they're freaking God over there. Come round knocking on your door because your grass is an eighth of an inch too freaking long.
I can understand if people are dumping old fridges in their garden. That I can totally understand that. But growing a little bit of grass or a little bit of wildflower.
What sort of grass are we talking about here, Trace?
Anything that looks pretty when you've smoked it. And be able to grow a little bit of food. A tomato plant.
Yeah.
Or
I don't think that would look good out the front, but if you got a bit round the back.
But it wouldn't bother me. They would look okay. As long as, like I said, as long as you're not dumping rubbish.
Did you just ask her if she had a bit round the back?
I did.
No, I thought so. Right, carry on. Carry on.
Apparently, it wouldn't look good round the front, but it'd look good in a bit round the back. So
yeah.
We're not going to plug now, and it's only just gone 9 o'clock.
Yeah, and already, Mickey and Tracey have lowered the tone of the entire stream. I'm curious. I'm curious about your garden, though, Tracey. How that is.
Fucking hell.
No, separated. How it is it fenced? Is it?
Yeah. It's
barbed wire or dogs?
It's sorry.
Dogs and.
Oh, are we talking about mine or the blocks? Because I don't have guard dogs on mine.
Watchtowers on the corners.
Yeah.
So no, it's.
How is your lady garden bordered?
It's a wildflower meadow. Thank you very much. The down.
Untamed, I think she means, Steve.
Yeah, I know.
She gets a bit of conditioner once a week.
Oh,
the garden downstairs of the block, not my downstairs garden, the garden downstairs of the block has got a walled and railings off so that it's private, and we've got a gate that you have to touch to go through. So it's a private garden for residents only.
Okay, yeah.
We've got like a green sort of landscape bit, and there's some bushes and a couple of fruit trees, and there's I can't remember what it's called, but there's this bit where we've got a climbing rose going over it, and you can sit in the middle of it. So it's really, really nice. But we do it all ourselves. As
Harbour.
Oh, so you haven't got your own bit of garden? It's a communal garden.
No, it's a communal garden. But if I wanted to go downstairs and like you pot up some of my own stuff.
So if you want to stick some stuff in your own garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to, yes.
Okay, good.
So if you want to prune the garden, you're all right.
Yeah. So she can stick stuff in her garden, Mickey.
I can stick stuff in my garden and I can trim it if I want.
Okay.
I can pull things in and out.
You can trim your garden if you want.
I can trim my garden if I want. And I can make it look pretty so that visitors can enjoy looking at it.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Just don't eat the weeds.
Price Woodpecker is still on our last conversation about changing the colour of your house. No, seriously, just said they can even dictate the colour of your house.
I know, but
yeah,
going
they can over there.
I think that's terrible. Again, as long as it fits with the general look. You know, as long as you're not painting it absolutely luminous pink and everybody else has got nice muted colours or pastel colours or whatever, I think you should be able to paint your house whatever colour you want. I think it's terrible. I think that's just terrible. And John Curtin says, my chicken have 11 eggs. I put them in a home at night and tomorrow I see 12 little chicken. Is it possible to one egg be a twins and they look like each other? Yes, you can get double yolkers and they're twins. But I don't know about looking like each other, but they would genetically be the same DNA.
Yeah.
Because they came from the same egg.
Well, there we go. That's it. We're going to have. I've decided that we're going to have a theme night, right? The other theme night, we've got Woody's Techie night, right? We're going to have Tracey's agriculture night. Well, Tracey tells us how pretty her garden is.
I've already done that.
Yeah.
But Tweet doesn't know how pretty my garden
Deals
is.
with people's chicken issues. I think
I'll let Colonel Sanders look after my chicken issues.
Yeah. I think your chicken issues involve choking them, Mickey.
Oh, no, KFC is the only sort of chicken
that he chokes on.
Yeah, that I choke on.
Yeah. Oh. No.
Nothing like getting a bone stuck in your mouth, is it?
Yeah. I'm still trying to work on what John Curtin is saying there. I don't. You know,
what he's saying, I'll translate because his chicken gave birth to 11 eggs, and then the eggs hatched into. Yeah, you know what I mean. Laid.
Okay.
Yeah, his chicken laid 11 eggs, but out of those 11 eggs, he got 12 chicks.
Okay.
So one of them must have been a double yolker, technically twins.
And they are, because they look like each other. Yeah, yeah, that's absolutely.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fantastic. It's yeah. I would be celebrating. I would be celebrating that. I would be out celebrating that, John Curtin. I really would. I'd be down the pub.
What? I know. I'd crack up the barbecue and have some.
Well, I'll be celebrating on the barbecue as well, to be honest.
One extra Sunday lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's 3 months' dinner there.
Yeah.
Gosh, it is as well. Yeah.
I had roast chicken for dinner yesterday. It was quite nice. It was.
Was it a twin though?
I've no idea. I didn't ask it.
He ate it twice.
He did his curry.
I didn't ask it. Oh.
I thought he was just yoking myself. But...
Excuse me, right? I'm just gonna go and
have a lie down. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not wrong. I'll be back in a tick.
I don't know if you can see this, but I've got a cat here.
No, we can't see it.
He's just here. He's
No.
just here. I got. He's trying to peer in. Little ginger sausage.
All I can hear is she's gone from her garden down there to her pussy.
But she's stroking her pussy. You, I mean,
I'm
it's
actually
getting
having
back.
a little scratch of the pussy. Hello.
Oh, I just saw its head.
Did you? He's a sausage. He's more sandy coloured than ginger, but obviously technically he's ginger, but he's more of a sand colour than bright ginger. And he's a big old softy because he's an unneutered male, so he gets very aggressively loving sometimes. Go on, I'm working here. Go on, you sit there and look at me, handsome boy. Right. Oh, thank you, John Curtin. I hope it made sense in between them lot taking the mickey out of me for talking about chickens and gardens.
Not me.
That one then. That one down there. Who's
me?
What, me?
Oh, so anyway.
Mickey, I was saying to Steve on Saturday night that watching the playbacks of these, it's so weird how when you're watching it, you just notice what you don't notice when we're actually doing it. And one of the things is that us three are constantly scratching and picking at ourselves. Or at any given time, one of us is like this or like this or like this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well
I'll do that quite a lot.
Look,
do it quite a lot.
Jasper Carrot in the 1970s, right? Jasper Carrot ran a very successful campaign warning men of testicular cancer and that they've got to check themselves for testicular cancer. So I do. Every 5 seconds. Yeah.
He's even got the bottoms of his pockets are cut out.
Yeah, right.
So he can have a...
I go better than that, Nicky. Hang on. I've got elastic waist trousers now.
Oh, here we
go. They don't get a right ample, you know. And of course, when you've had a good fiddle like that, right? When you've had a good fiddle, the next thing you do is you need to have a good smell. You need to have a good smell. Once you had a good fiddle, you need to have a good smell.
Can I just point out that women do that as well, but we just don't broadcast it on the internet?
You put your hand down my trousers and smell my neck.
Got to get a good handful and have a good sniff.
All right, you've got to have a good sniff, haven't you? Make sure it's yours. Make sure it don't smell of fish.
Oh, if it smells of fish, you need antibiotics.
Hey, look, now we've done that, we're up to 12 viewers.
We're back to haddock and raccoons, are we? With the old fish.
You just got to have you just got to check things are all in place and all there, haven't you, Mickey?
Yeah.
And you got to have a good sniff afterwards.
That's good. So now we're on to medical advice. We've done gardens and agriculture. Oh, you're about to see the cat. Here we go.
Oh.
Hello.
Tracey's got her pussy out.
Yeah, sorry about the bollocks.
How does the cat get out for exercise? Just throw it out the window?
Oh, he just walks around.
Or is he a flat cat?
He's a flat cat.
Has he ever been out?
No.
Okay. How does he feel about that?
How does he feel about it? He's all right. Does
he sit at the window and look forlorn?
No, I was going to say my male cat used to do that all the time. He used to sit at the window looking at the birds, and if I had the window open, he would have been out. So, can we not show anything like that? Can we not? There? No? Oh, we're going silly, are we? Oh, sorry about this. We have to have love when we want love. Right. So where were we?
I've got to be honest, Tracy, and say I'm not 100% comfortable with living in a 10th floor flat and having a cat.
No.
Yeah, but it's not my cat.
Huh?
I'm only cat sitting. I'm looking after the cat.
You're looking after a cat?
Yeah, this is not my cat.
Oh, okay.
I'm cat sitting, but he is a flat cat anyway. And I know what you mean, but I mean, ideally he'd have a garden to go out to, but he's okay.
Well, you showing your garden?
No, there's no room in the trouser department for that.
There's no room for what?
There's no, in the trouser department for another pussy. Oh, what are you doing on my desk?
I thought you were going to say you can't because there's more. You don't want more than one arsehole.
Oh my God, he's knocking my bottle over and everything. Will you stop? Oh, what a time. Anyway, do carry on.
Hello, Helios.
Helios.
Hello, Helios. Look, hello,
Hello,
chaps.
Helios.
Chaps. What's each one of your favourite things Redditors have asked you about? Mickey.
Oh God.
Redditors have asked you about me.
No, read what Helios has said.
I read what he said, and you read it, and then said Mickey. So obviously you must
No,
think
I was throwing it at
that
you.
the favourite thing that Redditors asked you about is me.
All right, okay. I was throwing it at you there. I was throwing it at you.
Oh, right. I don't really know. Because I can't even remember what we talked about last time we was on Reddit.
That's the trouble with being 66, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's the trouble with
I'm
being old.
50 and I can't remember what we've been asked. I know we've had some good topics.
We have some really good topics,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't say there's anything particularly stand out as my favourite. I just like it when people actually do interact with us. So yeah.
Yes, I've got to agree.
Oh, I like it. No, I love it when we get asked about American stuff because that sends Steve off onto a tangent about cheese and hand ovals. They're my favourite ones.
Yeah, I often get asked. My favourite ones are when people ask me to compare the UK to America. So I quite often get asked about that. That's off this. By the way, this is our last ever broadcast on Reddit, and I've just posted that link. I've just posted over there. Over there, that is our Discord. Yeah, that's the URL that I bought the other day. If you put that in, it will take you to our Discord. So you'll know when we're on Reddit. You'll know when we're on Reddit. So I just thought I'd post that there. But yeah, my favourite ones, Helios, are where people ask me to make comparisons between the United States and America. Because George Bernard Shaw.
It's all right, I had a mouthful of tail.
You've said that before. George Bernard Shaw once said that the Americans and the British are two great nations divided by a common language. So, what's your favourite thing, Helios, to ask Redditors? That's the question. What's your favourite thing to ask Redditors? That's what I'll copy that, eh? Oh, 10-4, good buddy. What's your favourite thing to ask Redditors, Helios?
I think he just asked us his favourite thing to ask Redditors.
Is that a female ginger then, Tracey?
No, he's an intact male, which is
male.
why he's absolutely completely soggy.
Completely soggy?
Yeah, soggy, a soggy moggy. Like he's going all completely. Male cats.
You mean soppy?
Yeah, no, I call them soggy moggies because they're going all like. Ugh. And male cats are ultra affectionate anyway, but when they're intact, they get aggressively affectionate. So I could be taking my face into. I've got to protect my face here because I'm loving him. He might love me back with his teeth or his claws. So he's all right at the moment, though. He's purring like a crazy thing. Oh, covered in pussy hair. Covered in pussy hair. Right. Anyway, do carry on. Just don't worry about.
No, we're fine. You carry on, Tracey. We're quite amused listening to you.
Yeah, it's like being on Pornhub watching.
This is unbelievable.
Playing with your pussy.
This is incredible. This is.
Oh.
Yeah, Steve, there's one for you. Look, Helios says he likes hearing about speciality beers local to you. You're the one that likes the old speciality beers.
I'm in London. There is no speciality beers local to me. However, if you watch my stream, you'll have to watch us from Twitch. You'll have to watch us on Twitch from now on because this is our last stream on Reddit, Helios. There's our Twitch URL. You have to watch us on Twitch from now on because whenever I go out anywhere in the country, I always bring back a beer from the area that I'm in, and they're always the local craft beers, and they're absolutely fantastic. And if you're British, my favourite British beer is one called Woodford's Wherry, which is a fantastic beer. But I was out last night, and I was drinking IPAs from a brewery called Britthorpe, which is a very small brewery, and it's a microbrewery, and I was drinking in a micro pub. And one of the ones I was drinking was a raspberry IPA, which was actually extremely nice. But the others I was drinking, I forget what they were called now. but it comes from the Britfoot Brewery, which is a good one. But you really need to see my stream when I go out, because, like I say, I get beers from all over the place. The Speciality Beers. I'm not a great.
We normally have a beer of the day on the channel,
yeah,
but,
beer du jour, but
Steve's got a bit of an hangover, so
yeah, I'm not.
I think he's got coffee of the day today.
Because I got absolutely wankered last night, and I've got the hangover from hell. So, but I will be getting the beers in during the week. Probably Wednesday I'll have some Polish or Latvian beers, which are actually quite nice, which I'll review. I'm not a great lover of IPA. I prefer golden beers, ales. Raspberry IPA, it was really nice. The raspberry IPA, it was really nice. 5.8 ABV. So I added some kick to it. Hell of a good beer. And for the life of me, I can't remember what it was called. And the trouble with the micro pub that I go to is they never have the same beer twice. So they had a strawberry. The other week, they had a strawberry Belgian wheat beer, which was absolutely delicious as well. So what it is Reddit Talk is where they're concentrating the thing, which is basically audio rooms, Tracy.
Oh.
And they claim it's to make a better service, but they're not. It's not. It's the end of an era. All the big streamers are gone. We're just not wanted here. So it's. I don't want streamers. It's as simple as that. So it's. I've hung.
Right, I'm going to disappear for my 5 minutes.
Okay, Mickey, I will remove you. There you go. You're all gone. No, I haven't removed you. I've removed Tracy. There you go. You're all gone. It's just not enjoyable.
So is Reddit Talks, is that going to be kind of like audio podcast, radio program type things?
No, it's a room. It's an audio room where as many people join as they want. It's hosted. It's a hosted room where the host. It's the same as streaming show. I'm going to call you Sean then. It's the same as streaming. Okay. It's the same as streaming, but it's just audio rooms where the audience, instead of typing back to you, talk to you, and you can control who talks and everything else. It's I don't like it.
Insane. That would drive me insane.
I don't understand why you would not want to see the person you were talking to. There we go.
Yeah, I just the fact that it would be like all these voices talking at you and just. I know you could choose, like you said, you could choose who to talk or whatever, but it just it just would drive me insane. I don't know. It just sounds just too much. I like being able to see who. I like being able to see the words because I love words anyway. So I like being able to see what people have typed.
That's the original message. Bear with me, Tracy.
Yeah,
that's the original message we all heard from Arpan Helios. They also said they were going to release the source code for Arpan so that we could amend it. They haven't done that either. Yeah, honestly, Breeze Master, right? Breeze Master, this is very important. It must be that, right? Anything else, don't use it. It must be that sauce. If you're going to have brown sauce on bacon, it must be that sauce. There's a rival brand called Daddy's, which isn't anywhere near as good. It's got to be HP sauce.
As Mickey's not here, I don't eat brown sauce. Mickey, you're not on screen.
He hasn't said he wanted to come back.
Right, so Mickey, you need to stick up for Daddy's sauce.
Yep. Oh, it's HP sauce, not Daddy's sauce.
No, it's you women who has Daddy's sauce. I have HP sauce.
HP sauce.
I see. Sorry, the other day you were saying that you have Daddy's sauce. Okay, I
said I've got Daddy's sauce because I couldn't get HP sauce.
Oh no, HP sauce on bacon. It's it's got to be. It's the only time I eat.
And it's got a picture of the Houses of Parliament on it.
Yeah.
Or it used to have. I don't know if it still has.
It has to be HP sauce. Absolutely has to be HP sauce.
Breeze Master says yes, HP.
Yeah, HP. It's the only sauce. I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed you didn't find out Breeze Master. You know what? I'll tell you what, Breeze Master. Okay, here's another tip. Right, take the cheese off your bacon as well.
Yeah, don't add cheese to the bacon.
Don't
and
have
make
cheese with your bacon. I know as an American, right? Not having cheese.
I like bacon and cheese sandwich.
Right? Don't have
But I
cheese
don't
with
have
your
brown
bacon.
sauce
Just
on
have
it.
bacon. Just a bread roll, right? A crusty. It's got to be a crusty bread roll. Can't be one of these soft bread rolls. It's got to be a crusty bread roll, right? With proper butter, right? And your bacon grilled to just so that it's just before it burns.
Crispy.
Yeah.
It's got to be crispy.
Just before it burns, and then covered in brown sauce, HP sauce. No cheese. All right, no cheese. That is the perfect bacon roll.
Bit of cheddar grated over the top without the sauce involved.
No cheese.
Yeah,
no cheese.
I can see what Mickey's saying. Basically, Mickey's saying that it's either HP or cheese.
Or cheese.
Yeah. Don't have HP and cheese with your bacon.
No.
Hello from Canada. Hello, the Firehall girl. Hello from Canada.
A bit of Worcester sauce on top of the cheese on your bacon is quite nice.
That's Worcester sauce on cheese on toast is quite nice.
Exactly. I always mix it in with. I grate my cheese and mix some Worcester sauce in it before I chick it on the toast.
But I can't believe that Breezemaster didn't know that you have only brown sauce on bacon. It's the only way to have.
Well, he's an American, you see. I mean, he's American. What do you expect?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Right? I mean, they're the people who think that cheese comes in tubes.
Yeah.
They're missing out on so many delicacies.
It's not brown sauce, it's HP sauce. It's very important.
Yeah.
You get that bit right. It must be HP sauce. The Firehall girl. So come on, tell us what's going on in Canada.
This actually sounds quite nice. Breezemaster says, I add caramelised onions, bacon and HP on sourdough. Lots and lots of bacon. The caramelised onions will be slightly sweet, and so that will offset the saltiness of the bacon and the tartness of the HP. That sounds like a good combination, but no cheese. Do not add cheese to that.
No, do not add cheese. HP, no, it's not. It's not like barbecue sauce at all. There's nothing like HP sauce. HP sauce is fantastic sauce.
Have you ever had Worcestershire sauce or Worcester sauce? It's a similar flavour.
No, it's not.
But thicker. No, it's got that.
It's brown, all right. That's the only.
What do they call it? Umami. It's got that umami flavour. The the stuff when you add flavouring, and I can't remember what it's called now. There's a Maggie season.
It's called HP sauce, Tracy.
Your lips are moving again, Tracy, and the words are just falling out, right? They're not making any sort of. You're wibbling again. You're wibbling, all right?
Anyway, it's not like barbecue sauce, no.
No.
Nothing like barbecue sauce.
It's very savoury. I mean, I'm not keen on it, but
I'll be back in a second.
Oh, he's off.
He's off to get a jar of HP sauce, a bottle of HP sauce.
Yes. Barbecue sauce is more smoky. You've got like that smoky flavour, and then there's the sweet and the sort of sour going on, whereas HP sauce is more sour, aromatic. And I'm saying it's more like Worcester or Worcestershire sauce, but it's thicker.
There you go.
Here we go.
HP sauce, which is suitable for vegetarians. Ingredients: molasses, that's the big flavour in this, molasses. Glucose syrup, spinach vinegar, sugar, dates, and corn flour. But that is it, HP sauce. It's
should have got it in a fucking bottle and not a squeezy bloody tub.
That's a squeezy bottle, mate.
Yeah, you want a fucking proper glass bottle.
No, not
HP sauce.
The cheaper. Oh, you look at the glass bottles, right? This is cheaper. Right, this is the only sauce to have on bacon. It's the only sauce. Edith has just looked up HP sauce.
Yeah, and Michelle Lowenslow says we have HP sauce here.
Or you could always go the other way and have Heinz tomato sauce.
No.
What?
No. Is it suitable?
What's wrong with the bacon and egg butty with a drop of bloody sauce on, with drop of bloody ketchup?
They get it in Canada. Look, they're all saying, yeah, you can get it in any grocery store in Canada.
Is it suitable for bears? Big Bear says.
It depends what you're talking about by bears.
Put it this way.
Hang on, Mickey. Right, you may not realise this, but there's bears and there's bears. Are you talking about bears or are you talking about daddy bears? You know.
Well, yeah. I know what you mean.
But we just got to clarify this.
Are you talking about bears or are you talking about bears?
Yeah. And are you talking about, is it suitable for bears to eat, or is it suitable to eat your bear with? I mean, you've got to be a bit more precise than that.
If you have any British grocery stores, because I know that there are some in places, if you have any British grocery stores, it should be in that. But if not, I do know that you'll be able to get it on the internet, especially somewhere like Amazon or something.
Great on sausages and bacon.
I wouldn't want to be the person that took a bottle of that to a bear and asked him if he fucking liked it.
Both bears. Okay.
Either type of bear I'm talking about.
Okay. For one kind of bear, yeah, I wouldn't mind. I've never tasted bear, right? But if I ever tasted bear, I would have it definitely with HP sauce because it's red meat. The other kind of bear, I'd actually use KY.
Yeah, but the bear might not like the taste of the KY.
The other bear, yeah. Come on, Tracey.
Yeah, the HP tends to sting a bit.
Yeah, the first bear, I've never tried bear. I don't know if it's good meat or not. But I definitely, if it was red meat, which I think bear is, I'd definitely have it with me with HP sauce. HTX Meetup says, what were your first concerts? My first rock concert was back in 1976, and it was by a group called Shiwaddy Waddy.
Under the moon of love.
I've got no idea who they are, but there you go. And you can't spell it correctly, so go on, Tracey, your first concert.
I've not ever been to a big name concert, but I've been to local and unknown bands playing in like local music venues and things. So I can't really answer that. I've never actually been to one.
Okay, Mickey.
Yeah.
Slade.
Oh.
1972.
Wow. Why don't you just learn to masturbate then?
Well, yeah. But yeah, Slade in 1970 or 16.
Yeah, Tracey.
Well, I know what a thought. There's Mickey.
Well, he masturbating, thank you.
Oh yeah, no, listen, what a thought. There's Mickey at his first Slade concert, and there's you flicking through the Freeman's catalogue, trying to find the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bashing the Bishop, yeah. Well, he's a few years older than me, isn't he?
I know.
All right, so there you go.
But yes, Slade. I mean, people watching probably don't even know who Slade are.
No, I know. They probably don't know who Shiwaddy Waddy are. They're two iconic British groups of the 70s.
A lot of Big Bear went to Boys to Men.
Yeah.
I thought it was only girls that went to Boys to Men, but there you go.
Big Bear
Big Bear is a girl. I don't know.
Big Bear might be a girl, or they might actually be a bear, like as in not an animal bear, but the kind of bear that Steve was talking about.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So who am I to judge?
It was a 70s band. It was Slade. Were probably one of the biggest.
Absolutely right.
One of the biggest bands.
It was the 70s band
in the 70s of the UK. Oh yeah. You probably won't have heard of
They were massive in the UK. I don't think they did a lot in the States. No. But every year you'll hear them on the radio. I don't know if you'd hear them on the States, but you hear them on the radio every year now at Christmas.
We don't hear Shiwaddy so much. We hear Slade. And so here it is. Merry Christmas. Everybody's having fun.
But I actually saw them. And they were called. The first song they were called Ambrose Slade.
Right, yeah.
Which was before they actually made a record. They used to play in a pub in Wolverhampton called the Ship and Rainbow, which they got barred from because there was an upstairs room and everybody was stomping. As you know, they were like a skinhead band when they started off, and everybody was stomping off on the floor and that was weakening the floor, so they got banned from playing there.
Funnily enough, that's exactly what happened in the stage. You spelled Slade like this. That is exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened in the stage on with Shwaddy Waddy, right?
No, they want Shwaddy Waddy. How do you spell Shwaddy Waddy?
I know how to spell it, but Shwaddy Waddy, right? What happened on the stage was when they did their anthem, when they did Hey Rock and Roll, they were told off for it because everybody in the theatre did the same thing. Hey, rock and roll, bang, 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 with our feet all over the place.
They're still touring, Steve. They are actually still touring.
I know.
But there's only Romeo left now. He's out the originals. Dave, whatever his name, has given up because he can't sing anymore. Yeah, he can't sing anymore.
Bartram.
I saw him several years ago. We got the Pontins just up the road from us, about a couple of miles up the road. And we went to a do up there, and they were the turn, if you like. And they were absolutely atrocious because of his voice. The rest of the band was good, but he was terrible, absolutely terrible, because he just couldn't sing. I think shortly afterwards he gave up, but that was bad.
Curious why, sorry, I'm not sure what your name is, miss, but why you've never been to a concert? Do you think you'll ever go to one?
The reason why was because when I was young and everybody else was going to concerts and stuff, I was having children. And so then I sort of wasn't, during the early years of having kids, I wasn't really very much into music. And then when I did get back into doing music, not into doing music, into listening to music and things, I was more going to see local bands, and that I got back into seeing local bands because I was living with a musician, and it just sort of carried on from there. That it was just a combination of things like that. And then also, like now when I see a band, like let's say I'm looking on YouTube at a live concert, and I think, oh, that looks great, and then I look at the tickets, and the tickets are like £100 for right at the back, and
yeah, they're astronomical. They're actually diabolical prices of tickets.
That exactly.
Absolutely diabolical.
And I don't want to sit right. I don't want to be right down at the front, and I don't want to be all the way right at the back, and I know I don't want to be standing and things. And I just think I can get a better viewing experience watching it on my computer, whereas I can get a more organic, enjoyable experience if I go to a smaller venue to perhaps a more unknown band or up and coming band, and just enjoy that atmosphere there, because you get a lot tighter, lively environment. So
yeah, my son used to play bass in quite a few bands locally, and you get to know quite a lot of the local bands through him playing in that band, and some of them were really good. But that's better. It's all right. Sorry,
I possibly will attend a concert at some point. I just would need to find the one that I want to go to, and in a venue that looks comfortable and with seats that I want, and like everything will have to sort of mush together for me to actually go to it. I mean, my daughters have gone to a couple of that, like Black Eyed Peas was one of them, and the Spice Girls, the reunion, I think one of them went to, and they showed me photos of how far back they were. I can't remember where it was. It might have been Wembley. And they were sort of like off to the side and way back, and you're looking at that for the stage, and obviously they've got big screens and things like that. The other thing is as well is that I would have loved to have gone to see something like Pink Floyd in the 90s, I think it was, when they were doing the big sort of shows where they had the light illustrations and animations and things.
You like Pink Floyd in Pompeii then?
I agree. I like both big shows and small, but small is definitely a much more intimate experience. Yeah, that's exactly it. And also, you can mingle. If it's in like a sort of a pub or a bar or British music venues tend to be sort of like within drinking environments, so you can you're not stuck in the chair that you have paid for, if you see what I mean, and you can mingle, and often you get to mingle with the band afterwards and things, and so that was so now we understand.
I once got totally wrecked on cannabis with UB40 in a bar in a hotel in Ireland. But that was a different story in a different lifetime ago. Tracey, look, somebody wants to get in your knickers.
I know.
You want to get your ponies wrecked, you don't look old.
I'm not their niece. No, we've been work colleagues in the past and floated our separate ways, and now we're back together again. And
Steve's secret love child, she is.
Yeah. God, if I was, can you imagine the uproar, the way that Steve speaks to me sometimes?
There's nothing between me and Tracey, not even a sheet.
Dear.
But thank you, Big Bear. I'm old compared to a lot of the youngsters. I'm 50 years old, almost 51 now. So, but thank you. Naomi says, "Are you still taking questions? Could you each share who your favourite streamers are and which content creators inspire you?" I'm going to say I don't watch a lot on here, but I do like Amaranth, and she's a hot tub lady. But I just love her work ethic, and I love the way she deals with the questions and the chat stream and stuff like that. So yeah, that's who I have mainly looked at. There's a few people that I follow on YouTube, mainly for the humorous commentary and stuff, but it's not quality content, as in professional, if you see what I mean. So anyway, Mickey and Steve.
I follow a lot of tech tubers on YouTube. I don't follow anybody on Reddit, to be fair.
Is that you, Mark? Is that you, Mark? Is that you? Is that you, Mr. Is that you, Mr. I'm so in control of my life I can't find my front door key?
But yeah, I follow a lot of tech tubers. There's a guy I follow on Twitch called Mad Mark, but he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we all follow this guy called Mr. Mad Mark on Twitch, but he's a complete plank.
He
had half a shandy last night, right? He had half a shandy last night, and he couldn't find his door key, and he fell asleep on his doorstep.
And he spends the whole time on his streams just wandering around London drunk.
Yeah.
So
I've watched the Gecko.
Yeah, it's funny as though, isn't he? It's funny as when he's doing that.
I've watched the Gecko. My favourite streamer.
Is it?
My favourite streamer is a girl here on Reddit. I don't know whether she still streams or not. I haven't seen her lately. It's a girl. She's in Argentina. Radio girl. She's normally got the cat on her head. If you know who I'm talking about, that's if you've seen her, you know who I'm talking about. She's normally got the cat on her head. She's my favourite streamer because I speak a little Spanish, and she's fluent in Spanish and English, and we communicate that way, and we have a bit of a laugh. Radio girl, you must have seen her streams. I don't know whether she's left Twitch. I've not seen her lately, and I do look. On Twitch, I'm friends with a streamer called Mr. Mad Mark, and
yes, him there.
Hey.
He's there.
Yeah. We're called Mr. Mad Mark, and last night we met at a pub, me and Mad Mark, with the intention of co-streaming from the pub. He was going to stream on his Twitch, and I was going to stream on my Twitch, but the internet signal was so shit, we didn't bother. But we ended up having a drink, and then another drink, and then another drink, and another drink, and by the time I got home, I was absolutely wankered. So much so that I got in, I ate my curry, and I've crashed out onto the bed. I crashed out.
Tracey showed us her ass.
Yeah. I crashed out onto the bed, and then
Tracey was moving at us.
1:30 this morning, I was chucking up everywhere, and I believe Mark, you had a similar experience, didn't you, Mark? He's here.
Is it Mickey? I've got to please the fans somehow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So,
No, you got to get some. They're all mine.
Yeah, I'm trying to steal them off you.
Yeah. And we've made a provisional agreement subject to my treatment to do the same next Sunday. So I don't know if we can be trusted to drink. Yes, we were both drinking beer last night.
Hi, Klein.
Hello, Klein.
I just explained how I got out
You're
of
going
my.
to have to go through it all again now, Steve.
No, I'm not. I've
let's
got
just...
the mother of all hangovers tonight. Mickey was there, right? Mickey was there. Oh, do you want to see the publicity pictures? I'll pull up the publicity pictures. Hang on. I can do that. Carry on, you two.
Hi, Klein. I went to a very quick birthday thing on yesterday, and then in the evening I was expecting to watch Steve and another Twitch streamer, Mr. Mad Mark, doing a co-broadcast stream on Twitch from the pub that they went to. Unfortunately, the signal was no good, and Steve managed 3 minutes, and Mark didn't get anything. So I was drinking wine, and my 1 or 2 glasses of wine turned into 2 bottles, and I found myself watching the other co-streamer staggering home live on Twitch. And I just sat here getting pissed. So I'm as hungover as Steve is, but I didn't even get to go out. So.
And I actually went to a beer festival and didn't have a drink.
Okay, publicity photos coming up. Here's the first one. Here's me and Mark before we got totally
you're
wrecked.
pissed already sideways.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it. Don't panic. Don't panic. Hang on.
You turned it all right.
Don't panic. Don't panic.
Don't panic, Mr. Man wearing.
I'm on it. There you go. Look. There you go. Look.
Hey.
There you go.
Hey.
Here's me and Mark from last night, right? And it's, I can't remember that was about point number 5, I think. That was about point number 5, and by
Mark's boasting there. He reckons he does it better. He usually does a bit better than 3 minutes. That's not what Mick told me. Huh?
And
you're a 30-second wonder, mate.
People asked what we were drinking, and the answer to that is we were drinking this. So let me just, there we go. We were drinking that.
Looks like a fucking specimen.
No, that's how beer. If you look, I'm drinking an IPA, and Mark is drinking a raspberry ale. Now my beer looks cloudy because that is a proper beer, Mickey. That is how beer looks. All that dishwater you get in a pub, right? That's had fish guts and sodium metabisulfate stuck in it to make it clear and to put preservative in it. But before Foster's had...
And that's what gives you the headache.
Yeah, what gives you the headache is drinking excessively like I did. Your Foster's, your pint of Foster's or your pint of whatever, that's what it looks like before they put all the artificial crap in to make it look clear. So that is what proper real ale looks like, which is why I like it, because it is proper real ale. So there you go. Those answered those questions. Right. I forget what beer it was. I can't remember what beer it was. Can you remember what beer it was, Mark? No, it wasn't a wheat beer. Mine was an IPA. Oh yeah.
He's answering my question for earlier.
I'm just going to put that image of me and Mickey back up again. Me and Mark back up again, because I realised that because bloody Reddit is 9:16. You didn't actually see Mark at all. You just saw me. So let me just put that image of Mark up again.
Mine says in the image, your eyes seem to show a longing for something. Yeah, curry and bed.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
And that's Mark.
That's Mark. That's me and Mark. Yeah, that's me and Mark getting. Here we go. Look, that's me and Mark with our publicity pictures. Okay. And that is. I think that was about after about 3 pints, wasn't it, Mark? I don't know. I had a good night, though, Mark. I really enjoyed myself. Hopefully, your parents didn't give you too much grief.
They didn't let him in.
Yeah.
They left him on the doorstep to sober up. He's lost his key again.
Yeah, I had a curry last night.
Yes, Klein.
Yeah, Klein.
Yes, Klein, he did have a curry.
And I
yes,
chucked it up at 1:30 this morning, and I'll tell you what, it tasted much nicer going down than it did coming up. Yeah, my eyes were longing for another pint.
Good old Ruby.
Yeah. Yeah. So we did have a good night. I enjoyed myself, Mark. Didn't you? Oh. Yeah, enjoyed it. Well, we've provisionally got it for another next Sunday, but that's only provisionally. So we'll see what we do. But if we do it, it'll be for Weatherspoons. And do you know what that means? That means you can buy us all drinks.
Woo!
Woo, yeah.
Mark says, haha, now my housemate was sleeping and my mum was at work. I still don't know where my key is. I bet you've left it. You know, when you went for the Chinese, I bet you've gone, where's my money? And you've got everything out of your pockets, put it on the top, and you've collected everything back except your key. Klein says, did you guys also do any shots of whiskey?
No. I've got whiskey in the house. I love whiskey, but I don't get it from a pub. I prefer to drink whiskey at home because I don't have so far to collapse.
I'm not a whiskey lover.
I love whiskey. Oh, I love whiskey spelt the correct way, and I only love Highland whiskey. Scottish whiskey is gorgeous. That American whiskey is absolute crap, right? They make it. They don't make it from malt. They make it from rye. It's disgusting.
Yeah,
absolutely disgusting. I've never tasted any alcoholic drink as vile as American whiskey or bourbon. It's just disgusting. But Scottish whiskey is absolutely lovely, especially Lafroig. Oh, I love Lafroig. Or Highland Park. Highland Park is my favourite. Highland Park is just.
If I'm going to have any whiskey, I normally have something like Glenfiddich or something like that.
Oh, that was my
Glenfiddich's nice, but Highland Park is the best because it's got a lovely sherry aftertaste.
But it's stuff like Johnny Walker and all that.
We're talking
stuff
about
like Johnny Walker and all that shit.
Oh no, hang on, sorry. No, my dad had Glenmorangie. That was it. He did.
That's
like
nice
he
as well.
liked a single malt.
Yeah.
And before he got like really bad with the dementia, because of drinking can make the dementia symptoms worse. Before he got to that point, I would occasionally buy him, like for Christmas or birthday, I'd buy him like a half bottle or a presentation bottle or something of a single malt. And he'd enjoy like a little nip every night.
A quick thought, Mark, have you got Skype on your PC?
Oh,
Lafroig is peaty. Yeah, Lafroig is very peaty. That's why I like Lafroig. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. All the peaty malts I like. Mark, have you got Skype on your PC? If you haven't, right? If you haven't, put it on your PC and I'll bring you into the conversation.
Klein says, I like to pair a good American IPA with a shot of Jameson and we toast it for Irish reunion one day.
Oh.
Well, you'll be toasting for a long time because that ain't going to happen.
Right. Hold the thought a minute, guys. I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to go and... I'm going to go and get...
You're going to go and do something
No, my throat feels like the bottom of a budgie's cage. So I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to put the sauce away as well.
Oh yeah, you don't need that.
No.
How was your head this morning, Mark?
He was. He said he was going to bed.
Yeah.
Going to bed soon. Only had 4 hours sleep last night, which strangely, coincidentally, is the same amount as you had, Tracey. So what was going on here?
I know. And seeing as we live relatively close to each other, it's just.
Client says, so do you have the exact number of pints you had last night? I think they had about 8 each.
Yeah.
Of 5 point something % by volume.
I'm quite impressed with that because that volume, the volume of liquid.
Yeah.
Steve doesn't look like he can hold that amount. I suppose it just goes straight through. He's probably plugged into a bag somewhere.
In my younger days, I could do 12.
Wow. It would just be sloshing around all over the place, wouldn't it?
Yeah, all over the floor. But no, that's in my younger days. I mean, you know, I'm talking when back in my 20s. Don't forget I was in the army. I mean, in the army, what you do, you don't go fight, you go drink.
Yeah.
You know,
and then you have to fight. No.
Well, yeah, that too, yeah. But yeah, so yeah. But now, I think if I had about 4 pints, I'd probably be pissed. I really do now.
Oh, I bet you are, Mark. It says that it was good but super tired today. Yeah, no, I bet you are. But mind you, you were boasting about how you only have to take 1 phone call a day at work, so you could have had a nap in between phone calls.
So he's moaning, but he went home, sat outside, they let him in. He still didn't go to bed. He was still chatting to us. Well, I mean, I must have come on about 1 o'clock-ish.
Oh, it was insane. 1 minute it was a normal time. Like, I can't remember what time Mark started streaming that I spotted it. It was a normal time, and then the next minute it was 4 o'clock in the fucking morning.
How old was I when I first got in the internet? That's a good question. Let's see.
I was 24.
My daughter was about 16, so you know.
I was 24. It was 1996. That was when I bought. That was when PCs were first. You could buy PCs that had a modem in it. If I'd bought my PC 6 months before, I'd have had to have bought the modem separately and had it put in. Mine was one of the first internet-ready PCs.
I think it must have been 2002.
Right. When I first got online, or when I first got on the internet, they're two different dates. When I first got on the internet, I was 30, and it was 1990. When I first got online, I was 25, and it was Kicks and CompuServe, which were the UK equivalents of AOL Online. They were the predecessors of the internet, but the internet, true and proper, I joined Demon Internet in 1990. One of the first people to join it, actually. Where you could get dial-up access for £10 a month, which was absolutely fantastic. That's when I did it. Right.
If it was 2002, then you would have been about 46 when you first got the internet.
Yeah. I had AOL was my first provider. And if I remember correctly, they sent you a disc, or you could pick a disc up at the supermarket that you had to put in to download the bloody.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember that.
That rings a bell.
That's the only way you could get. You had to download it onto your computer, and it was still dial-up then. I think I had dial-up for about a month before they sent me a modem and that to get online properly. But the thing was dial-up, obviously. If somebody wanted to use the phone, they couldn't do so then, which was quite funny.
Or it'd make the line drop when
somebody rang you, and it would, and oh shit.
So you wouldn't be able to pick up the phone, like you didn't know somebody was phoning you, but your line would drop suddenly because you'd get 2 hours. You'd get 2 hours, and then the line would drop, and you'd have to restart again.
Reboot it. Yeah.
But if somebody phoned in the meantime, then your line would drop, and you weren't able to take the call that was coming in anyway because it had found it was engaged. But that's how you knew that somebody was trying to phone you, because your internet, you'd be on there for like 20 minutes or whatever, and then it would suddenly stop, and it's like, oh, I think someone's trying to call me.
Yes, it was AOL I was with, Naomi.
Client said next Monday will be an important day. You guys will have a new PM. I've zoned out of that because it's one crap person or another crap person. So I've sort of zoned out because we can't decide. Only people who are members of the Conservative Party can decide. It's not like we're having a general election and stuff. I've said this before. It's like there's so much that they're putting it on TV of the debates and interviewing the potential candidates, and I don't care because I can't change it. I can't do anything about it. I can't vote for either of them. I'm not a member of the Conservative Party.
I think there's about 300,000 people out of a population of 61 million who get a choice.
Yeah.
I think, personally, if they sack the Prime Minister, which is in effect what the Conservative Party did, we should then have a general election.
I agree. They need to do their election to get their new leader, and then have a general election to say whether we want this person with this policies or not.
Yes, yeah. Because obviously the policies will change with the new leader, which isn't what was voted for in the last election. So therefore, as far as I'm concerned, you should have a new general election.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't give a rat's ass if the Conservatives get back in. It doesn't bother me.
It's fair.
But it will actually look as if it's been a fair election then.
Yeah. Otherwise, we could be stuck for another. Is it 2-3 years?
3 years, I think it is.
Of someone who probably will be worse than Boris. Oh my God! I mean, how can that happen? Even the host of one of the debates lost her senses and collapsed live on TV. Yeah, it was only something like 90 seconds or something into it, or something ridiculous, and she just like hit the deck.
You can earn Woody points.
You can.
Woody points make prizes, apparently. So get wood.
Get wood, yeah.
Oh, another bloody catchphrase. Come on, come and get wood.
Yep.
Mine has got a wicked idea there. You should record yourself blowing thank you kisses in suggestive poses and play them. What a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, can we do them in cringe mode? You know, like seriously, like.
Nobody's asked me why I haven't got any hair. Have you noticed this?
Oh, Mickey, you look like a dirty old man.
I am.
Looking through the window of women's changing room.
Oh, dear, oh dear, oh
What are you
dear.
gonna get up to on a Saturday
Oh,
night?
fucking brilliant. Oh.
No, my TikTok is not on my link tree, so I will amend that right now. So I will amend that right now.
Oh,
I
dear,
can't
oh
believe
dear.
my TikTok is not on my link tree. How did I
I
fuck
thought it
that up?
was. I genuinely thought it was. Oh dear, oh dear.
I don't have a link tree because I'm not that fucking interested.
Got it.
Oh.
Right, got it.
Clip of the night, that one is. Oh.
What the
Fucking hell! What? That's so funny!
Oh dear.
Oh.
I don't
you want?
believe that I've actually allowed you lot to be on my stream. Right, you are so terrible. Right, I put my TikTok on my link tree now, so.
Helios says kisses might be a bridge too far. Stick with heavy drinking and hangovers.
Yeah.
Oh, look, another animal on stream. Oh.
I'm getting washed.
Oh, kisses. Come on then.
This is Millie,
Oh.
my little doggy.
Hello. Ah. This one is cat because my daughter has not got no imagination.
Think you want to go out? That's what she wants. She wants to go out.
Yeah.
Right, I put my TikTok on. I put my TikTok on my link tree. It wasn't on there before, so my TikTok is now on there. I can put it in here actually, if you want to see my TikTok, but it's nothing exciting. I promise you, nothing exciting at all. It's just clips of earlier streams. So there you go.
Naomi, that cat is cat because it's my daughter's and she has no imagination. And what was yours called, Mickey?
She's Millie. That's Millie. That is. She's 9.
Oh.
That's the one who had the poorly foot not so long ago.
Oh, how's it doing?
Yeah, she's perfect now. She's perfect now. It cost me £700, but she's all right.
Wow.
I got half of it back via the insurance, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Naomi, do you know what? Until I started doing the clipping it up, I wasn't really using TikTok either, but I'm enjoying it because it's nice and clean laid out. I use it on the computer. I don't use it on the phone. I use it on the computer, and I do enjoy the layout. We've been posting stuff on YouTube as well, which Steve's, again, my link's in my link and Steve's is in his. Sorry, cat, C-A-T-C-A-T. Very unimaginative. I'd have called him something like Sandy or something, because although he's ginger, he's actually sandy coloured. Klein says, does your cat sleep with you? And that's actually my daughter's cat. I'm cat sitting. But he's been sleeping sort of not on my bed, but to the side of me. When I had cats, they did used to sleep with me. But mainly he sleeps in my grandson's bed. They're best buddies. Yeah, cat and Millie. Oh, do you know what? If I clip up the ones where where the cat was in it and Millie was in it, that's going to be TikTok's going to go crazy. There'll be 1,000 views because people love an animal.
If you can hear my fag on my microphone, I'm really sorry.
You can hear it sound like a freaking airplane taking off.
I'm going to turn my camera off because I'm having a sweat. Carry on. Don't need to see this.
She's having a hot flush.
Yeah, you don't need to see this. It's one of my cancer sweats coming on. So,
Actually, Clyde,
I'm still here. You're just not letting you see me.
Talking about American football, because that's not football, and Steve will, yeah.
Not football, fucking hand oval.
It's hand oval, yeah, hand oval, not football.
Hand oval season.
Klein says, are you guys looking forward to the change of season? What do you guys do in the fall? Not much really. We sort of planned for Christmas. The kids go back to school. Well, I mean, I don't have kids, but like, you know, community kids go back to school.
Next week.
And the Christmas stuff starts coming out in the shop, so everybody's mind starts going, oh, fucking hell, Christmas comes
Naomi, no, Naomi, we don't play soccer in England. We play football, right?
Football.
We play football. And I'll try and explain it. We call it football because we play it with our feet, right? And we play it with a ball, right? That's why it's called football, because you play it with your feet, you play it with a ball. That other game they play in America, they call football, they actually play with their hands. And they don't play with a ball, they play with an oval. So it should be called hand oval. But for some reason, they're trying to rename football soccer. I don't know why, right? They really should be calling American hand oval what it actually is, American hand oval. Carry on, Tracey.
Oh yeah, I was saying about what was I saying? Oh yeah, so in autumn or the fall, as Americans call it, we're sort of swearing about the fact that Christmas seems to come earlier every year because the shops are starting to get the decorations out and
already. They're doing it already here.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They're doing it already. But once you've got kids go back to school and everyone's stopped doing their summer holidays, everyone's mind starts going, oh bloody hell, and it's going to get colder and things like this. So I mean, I don't particularly do anything. I just sort of I don't like the nights drawing in and earlier. It's getting darker earlier and things. So I don't like that. So I moan about that. Naomi says, what does your family do for Christmas?
Well, me, I always have my son, daughter, their partners and the grandkids over to our house for Christmas Day. They might not all come at the same time because obviously one of my grandsons has got a different father, so he spends half the day with him and the other half with us. But we all have dinner together, all of us. I mean, there's what? There's 2, 4, 6. There's about 14 of us.
Yeah.
Not the way you use these fingers to camp.
I had to take my shoes off because I ran out of fingers.
How'd you work it out then with the web between your feet?
Well, because that's 6 and 6. I've got a dozen, you see,
okay.
On my feet. 12, isn't it? Web feet. 6 toes on each foot.
Okay.
That's 12 and 2 fingers. Them 2 for you,
Two
mate.
fingers on each foot.
Yeah. No, on each hand. 2 for you, look.
I at Christmas Day I tend to go to it used to be everybody came here, but I go to my daughter's now because she does the cooking and everything, so it's great. I don't have to do. I take a couple of dishes because there's some dishes that they love me making because it's amazing, and so I take those, and it's just then I get to sit down. Funny enough, I don't drink on Christmas Day, so Boxing Day is my drinky day. I don't drink anything on Christmas Day.
I have a bottle of wine with me dinner.
Yeah, see, I can't do that.
I mean, I have a bottle of wine. They can have what they like. I have a bottle of wine with my dinner.
Can I just interrupt for a second and just quickly answer Naomi's question? We'll come back to Christmas in a minute. But Naomi, Halloween is very much an imported American commercialization, and it hasn't reached the levels of commercialization that you have. It's actually the kids do dress up for Halloween, but the adults don't, and it's very low key compared to what it is in America. Very low key.
It's a pagan festival.
All Hallows, yeah. And it's very low key to what it is in America, but commercialism is creeping in, so it is starting to become commercialised. I'd say when I have for Christmas, we have my children, my grandchildren, and which is 22 of us altogether. Yeah, 22 of us because I've got 4 children, 11 grandchildren. Plus, I've got my children's partners, and my grandchildren's partners. So it's about 22 of us. So, because my oldest grandchild now is 18. Anyway, sorry, carry on, Tracy. I just wanted to mention that about All Hallows before it went off the screen.
I was about to go down the list when you were saying that. I was going to go to the Halloween thing. It's very much more commercialized in America, but Halloween is actually a pagan festival, which is Samhain, which is the pagan New Year, and it's where they believe that the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest, which is where the ghouls and ghosties and everything comes from. And you're supposed to set an extra seat at the table for any relatives who have passed who might want to visit. And then you've got all the things like the hollowing out. It used to be turnips, I think. It's pumpkins now. And you would do the light in that to scare off any unwanted spirits. You're welcoming spirits who you want to welcome, but unwanted evil spirits you kept away like that. So but yeah, it's not. People do some dressing up and things like this, but it's not commercial as America. Do you guys watch boxing the day after Christmas? No, Boxing Day would have been the traditional day of receiving gifts, I think, which is why it's called Boxing Day, but I can't remember exactly. Naomi says, what are your signature dishes? Cheesy parmesan, parmesan parsnips is one of them, and that's the main one. Oh my god, my cat's no, stop it. And I can't remember the other one that I do. Oh, sprouts and bacon. There we go. So and Naomi says, what is your go-to Christmas or Boxing Day drink? Come on, guys. What about you, Mickey and Steve?
I start off on beer, go through wine, and end up on whiskey. And my signature dish on Christmas Day is sausage meat stuffing. I do a sausage meat stuffing for the turkey.
Oh.
And I do honey roast parsnips.
Oh, I can't stand parsnips, so.
Well, you haven't got to eat them, Steve, but my family
Parmesan
love them.
parsnips are just.
No, we don't have any cheese in the UK at all, Klein. Don't ever visit here. You'll be lost.
Boxing Day got its name when Queen Victoria was on the throne in the 1800s. It's got nothing to do with the sport of boxing.
Yeah.
The name comes from a time when the rich used to box up gifts to give to the poor.
Yeah, I knew it was something.
Boxing Day was traditionally a day off for the servants and a day when they received a special Christmas box from their masters. That's the origins. There you go. And that wasn't Mickey Wicky.
What are you going to give your servants this year, Mickey?
Huh? Fucking good hiding if they don't serve up a good dinner.
Okay. Tracy, what are you going to give your servants?
What am I going to give my servants? Extra Parmesan parsnips.
Okay. If I told you I had a servant, she'd kill me. So I'm nothing. She's still not happy that I said I have spoken to her.
She'll be flying in the door behind you in a minute if you carry on like that.
I know.
The only thing I like parmesan on is spag bol.
Yeah, I like parmesan and spag bol.
What you do with this is it's kind of like you do a You mix the parmesan with flour, salt, and pepper, so it's all like seasoned and that, and then you parboil the parsnips so that they're steaming, and the steam helps this mixture stick to the parmesan, and then you lightly fry it, and then you oven it for like about 20 minutes till it's crispy and yum. It's almost like a tempura, but not wet.
Oh, right, like a tempura batter.
Yeah. It's just, and it's really delicious because, you know, parsnips are slightly on the sweet side, and you've got this cheesiness. And
sorry, can I interrupt again? Helios, we have no cheese in the UK. The UK does not have cheese, all right? It has no cheese at all. The only reason I say this, right, is because if the Americans found out we had cheese, they'd come over here and eat it all. Right, carry on, Tracey.
No, I was going to say we only have two types of cheese, and that's cheddar and parmesan. And parmesan's really difficult to get hold of because we got to get it from Italy.
But no, we have no cheese here at all. Do not tell the Americans we've got cheese. Okay?
Yeah,
sorry. We can ship them that Primula shit that comes in the tubes. They can have that.
Yeah, we don't even have that. We have no cheese here at all. None at all.
I think that's hilarious that you just Helios is like, wait, what? You mean like you mean you guys don't have any cheese?
You can get vegan cheese though, Naomi. You can actually get vegan cheese.
Rennet, that's the thing in cheese, isn't it? That's the thing in cheese. Hello there, Di Pasta. Good evening. How are you over there in the Netherlands?
Welcome, one of our Dutch neighbours.
Did you know that Holland?
He's actually.
Did you know that Holland, right, has the tallest population in the world now?
Oh.
Yeah.
The Dutch are now the.
What's that, with or without their clogs on?
No, the Dutch are now the tallest people in the world, on average. Isn't that true, Di Pasta? I think it's got something. No, I know. Seriously. The average height of the Dutch population is the tallest in the world.
I'm laughing. Sorry, I'm just laughing at Klein, and I'm hearing it. You've got to hear it in B.A. Baracus, Mr. T voice. We have plenty of cheese. We don't need no UK cheese.
There's no cheese here. Right? There's no cheese here at all.
Factories are shut.
Send them over to Holland. They've got Edam cheese.
Yeah.
Which
Holland's
I really
got
like,
cheese.
actually.
The Netherlands.
They got cheese. You've got
the
Holland.
Netherlands got cheese.
Lovely bit
We've
of
got
Edam.
no cheese at all. No cheese at all.
And what's that cheese with the holes in it?
Edam or Gouda or Emmental. Emmental's nice.
Not Emmerdale.
Emmental. Yeah, Holland's got cheese. Holland's got lots of cheese. They've got Edam. Go over to Holland. They've got cheese. We've got no cheese here at all whatsoever. Any Americans watching, there is no cheese in the UK whatsoever. It's not.
Cyber there saying. Cyber there says you're not old. Your life journey is just starting, darling.
Yeah, the cheese. See, yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. They are. No, it's seriously true. The Dutch are the tallest average height of Dutch people. They are the tallest nation in the world. Yet they are one of the lowest countries in the world. Something like 90%. Is it 75% of Holland is actually below sea level? Di Pasta. I know.
Well, perhaps they have to grow that bit taller to reach the sun, because we're
called the Netherlands.
I
can't. I'll
a bit like flowers, you know.
I'll call it Holland, but something like 75% of the country is actually below sea level. So it's a wonderful country, and I've been to Holland many times, and I've been absolutely wrecked in Holland many times. God.
I stuck my finger in a dike once.
Hey?
I stuck my finger in a dike once.
Yeah, I did that, and they were filming for Pornhub.
Were you dressed as a woman at the time, Mickey, or filming for Pornhub like Steve was?
No, Klein 643. England has not been invaded since 1066. That was the last time England was invaded. But yeah, I've been to Holland loads of times, especially Amsterdam. Oh, I got absolutely wrecked one time.
Didn't the Dutch colonise a lot of South Africa? That's where the
and the Dutch Antilles as well. The Dutch Antilles.
Yeah.
Oh, 59%. I knew it was a high figure. That 59% of their country is actually below sea level. which is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, the last time England was successfully colonised was in 1066.
King William was not
King
Dutch.
William was not Dutch.
He was
No,
French.
he was not Dutch. So sorry, Clive.
He was a Norman, came from Normandy. Normandy being part of France, although it wasn't part of France.
Yes, I know you have great water. I know you have great water management. I've seen it. I've actually seen. I've been to Rotterdam, and I've actually been to the Zuider Zee, where you actually change the water, and I've seen you changing the water between the freshwater, the seawater, and the Zuider Zee. So yes, and I've been to Rotterdam as well. So yeah, that's Europe's largest.
Hang on, come back. Change the water.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Right.
They pump out the fresh and bring in the salt, or the other way around.
I think it's the other way around. They actually use sluice gates to remove the salt water from the
right.
Because obviously you're going to get some water seeping in. The Zuider Zee is the Dutch Inland Sea, and they actually change the water using the sluice gates. So
that's clever, really clever.
He just said it himself. They've got some great water management. So there is a Dutch word for it.
I didn't know
there
that.
Is a Dutch word for it. I can't remember what it's called.
Every day.
They actually have to change the water. They actually have to keep the salt water. The salt water, if you don't deal with it, the salt water will eventually ruin the whole water system in Holland.
Yeah.
So you actually have to, and they use an ingenious system of sluice gates to change it out. And it's absolutely fascinating. Pasta knows what I'm talking about. There's even a Dutch word for it, and I can't remember what it is. They've got, like he says, they've got fantastic water management. It's a lovely country.
I've not been to Holland at all yet, but it's on my. I'd like to see Amsterdam one day. So to answer your question, I've never been to Rotterdam. I don't know about the other guys.
The guy who was married to Mary, King William, that William was Dutch. It wasn't William the Conqueror. And
why
is Dutch language so hard? Here's a question for you. Which Dutch language? Is it 3 Dutch languages you speak there? You speak Flemish, you speak Walloon, and you actually speak Dutch, don't you? You speak Flemish, Walloon, Dutch, and English. I know a lot about Holland.
I know they got good tulips.
See, De Pasta knows what I'm talking about. But I know it sounds silly, Mickey. I'm gonna talk like yourself for a minute. I'm going to talk when the Dutch changed the salt water. There's a procedure for it.
I was just looking up about which Queen Mary that he was talking about, and it was
I wouldn't call one woman marrying a king a Dutch colonisation. That's
Yeah. Yeah. No. Because I was thinking about the. No. It wasn't. It was Mary II of England. And she married she married William of Orange, I think it is, which is Dutch. So, but that's not colonisation. That's just the fact that we had a monarch who married a Dutch.
Well, I mean, our present queen's got German ancestry, so I mean, but we weren't invaded by the Germans. We weren't colonised by the Germans. They tried, but they didn't quite make it. And her husband was Greek, wasn't he? So
yes.
Make of it what you will.
That was it, Clive. William of Orange. Yeah, I only
who married Mary, right? That's not right. One woman is not a colonisation. Don't know.
No.
Oh my God! Like, the cat's just been to the toilet and he's absolutely running around like a loony, like lease of life. I don't know what's going on. He's crashing around. I'm gonna have to see what he's crashing around at. Yeah. The thing is, though, Klein, he married. Oh God, if I've got this right, I haven't got the Google open now. But if Mary II was the direct descendant who got on the throne, she would have been Queen Mary, and her marrying William of Orange, that wouldn't have made him King of England, if I've got that right. Because like we've got Queen Elizabeth now, she was direct descendant. she was heir to the throne. She married Prince Philip. He didn't become king because Elizabeth was.
That's it. Thank you, dear Pastor. That's exactly it. Extra size. Yeah, that's exactly. I couldn't think of it. And yes, I know Rotterdam. I was there the last time I was in Rotterdam. They just completed the Maasland barrier, Maasland barrier, and they were testing it out for the first time. It's like our Thames barrier, Mickey.
Oh, right, yeah.
Queen Elizabeth isn't German, Klein. Queen Elizabeth was born in this country. That makes her British.
But she has got German descent.
She may have German descent, but she was born in this country, and that makes her British.
Yes, British. Yeah.
Completely British. Her husband, on the other hand, was Greek. No, our royal family is not imported from Germany, Klein. Our royal family is British, right? The Queen is British. Yeah. All of her children are British, right? Yeah. Just get that right.
Her husband was Greek, but that doesn't mean to say that her kids are
the last member of the member of the royal family that was not British has just died. The current royal family was not imported from Germany. They are all completely 100% British.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm losing what's going on. Queen Elizabeth is German. Oh.
I don't know where you're getting your information from, Klein, but it's not really accurate. It's really not accurate.
You must be looking at Mickey Wiki.
You must be getting it from Wikipedia, yeah, because it's so wrong.
I know what he's saying though, because it was.
They're not imported from Germany.
No.
She's got German ancestors.
German ancestors, but so
House of Hanover, I think.
What
not
it
is from Germany.
Queen Victoria, she married a German, but again, she was the one direct line to the throne. I can't remember if she was. I'd have to look that up.
Queen Victoria was born in Osborne House on the Isle of Wight. She's British.
Yeah, but her husband was German. And
Albert was German. Yeah, Albert was German. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where this confusion is because.
I know he's very confused. He's been watching. He's been watching Wikipedia. He's reading Wikipedia too much. He's very confused. Wikipedia, the font of all fuck ups.
Well, why don't you go in and edit them? Because you can.
Oh, don't. I tried.
You can write what the hell you like in there.
I tried editing my Wikipedia entry, right, and they kept telling me that I was wrong. It's me. I know me better than anybody else.
Oh,
I said, some of the things.
How many minutes do we have left
anyway? They even said when I edited my Wikipedia entry to show where I live, Mickey, the editors of Wikipedia come back and said, no, that's wrong. And I thought, well, I know where I fucking live. I know where I fucking live. So everything about me on everything in my Wikipedia entry, Mickey, it's just completely and utterly wrong. And every time I tried to edit it, they've argued with me and said you don't know.
And now tell the story of why you got banned from Facebook that time.
Which time?
The one where
for impersonating yourself.
For impersonating yourself.
Oh yeah. I got banned from Facebook for a week for impersonating myself. I did. I woke up one morning and Facebook had shut my account. And I said, why? And they said, you're impersonating somebody famous. I said, who? And they said, they gave me my name. And I said, well, that's me. And they proved that I was me. And it took a week. And then they said, well, don't do it again.
And here you are, impersonating yourself again.
Impersonating myself again. Oh. You've got to understand, right, that our royal line has been British, right?
Yeah,
they don't all. They're not all Germans, right? They're British all the way through. Queen Victoria was British. Queen Elizabeth I was British. You know, and our current royal family is completely British now. Philip was the only one that wasn't British. He was British, but he was naturalised.
Yeah, but he was Greek.
He was Greek.
De Passa says the wife of Willem Alexander is 100% from Argentina, which is, in the Netherlands there. So,
Naomi back at the top there said, I just watched The Other Berlin Girl yesterday for the first time. I don't know much about UK history, but thought it was interesting. Have you seen it? And yeah, I thought it was a really good film.
Anne Boleyn?
No, The Other Berlin Girl. It focuses on Anne Boleyn's in it, but it focuses on her sister.
Oh right, no.
Yes. Well, when Henry was trying to get Anne into bed, he was actually having liaisons with her sister, and there is a.
So what? Hang on. What's this? Threesome?
No. He wanted Anne Boleyn, but she was holding out on him.
I've lost interest now.
She was holding out on him, and he was sleeping with her sister, who I think was married at the time. And there are sort of rumours that at least one of Mary's children was not her husband's. It was actually King Henry illegitimate. There's so the film sort of focuses around that relationship and what happened there. So, or what could have happened there and things. Obviously, it's not corroborated, but it was a well-known secret at the time that he was bonking Mary, and I think he was bonking her as well when Anne was pregnant. Because Anne was pregnant quite.
Just hang on a minute, Klein. Like, claiming that the British royal family is German because of George I is like claiming every American on the planet is Italian because of Columbus. That's just fucking bollocks. Right, sorry, carry on. That's just as much bollocks. Jeez. They're just complete bollocks. I mean, what? George I, what? 1670, 1680? Right, there's a lot of bollocks, you know. That he probably was German, but his children were British, and then claiming the British royal family is German because of something that happened 600 years ago.
If George I, this is not me reading anything. I'm just how I know the royal family works. If George I had to move to England to claim the throne, that means that he must have had British.
Oh yeah.
Ancestry. He must have been a descendant of the British royal family at some point. He may well have been born and brought up and everything in a different country, but to claim the throne, he would have had to have been a descendant somewhere. You can't just go because I mean I've got royal family ancestors.
Well, I can't. Well.
So is Steve. We can't just walk into Buckingham Palace and say, right, when Queenie dies, we're going to take the throne, because you can't do it.
I'm just following Klein's logic here, right? Klein's logic, our royal family is German, based on George I, right? So the following logic will be that all Americans are Italian. How does that work for St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would it change anything?
It makes you all look bloody silly on St. Patrick's Day, doesn't it?
No,
no.
Clive, that's the thing. We're not.
No.
We're
let
not.
me explain. Hang on. Let me explain it, Klein. James I has 4 million descendants alive right now. Carry on, Tracey.
Yeah, and I was. Sorry. So very quickly to Naomi. No, it wouldn't. See, if he was from somewhere else. Oh, you mean if he was from somewhere else other than Germany or something? No, because at the end of the day, you have to be a direct descendant to be able to claim the throne. I think the thing is, me or Steve could probably somewhere claim the throne, but there's 4 million other people in front of us. So you know what I mean? So we're not actually direct descendants. What it is that I'll explain my one. You've got Anne Boleyn and Catherine Howard, they were cousins, and their grandfather is my 15th times great-grandfather. Now, he wasn't royalty, but Anne Boleyn married royalty and had children, and I'm descended from, it's either Mary or the brother, I can't remember, because you can't be descended from Anne Boleyn because Queen Elizabeth, who was her child, didn't have children. So nobody can be descended from them. So do you see what I mean? It's like, I'm related to royalty. I've got royal ancestors, royal cousins back there, but I'm not a direct descendant because I didn't come down that line. If I was a direct descendant, I could do what George I did. I am not me or Steve aren't. Well, Steve might be direct descended. I'm not directly descended. I have no claim to the throne whatsoever.
I'm like you, Tracey. I am one of James I's descendants, but I am not a direct descendant.
Yeah.
The only throne that I have claim to is in my bathroom.
Like I said, there are 4 million descendants of James I alive today. So that's what that's just under one.
We better say goodbye to Reddit because they're going to be buzzing
1/12 of the UK population. 12% of the UK population are descended from James I.
Goodbye from me.
Yeah, goodbye.
Stay safe.
We've gone.
Keep your loved ones safe.
Yeah, we've gone. I think
we're gone.